Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLune 3-pack screen protector plus 3-pack camera lens protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to the Roger Report, where we dive into the world of tennis and explore what makes it tick. Today, we're taking a closer look at how the sport has changed since the retirement of tennis legends Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal. I'm joined by Nick Kyrgios, who had the opportunity to compete against both Federer and Nadal during their prime years. Nick, thanks for sharing your thoughts with us today. So, let's start with what it was like competing alongside these all-time greats. You mentioned that if you were in your prime right now, you'd have an easier time of things. Can you elaborate on that? I think when I was in my prime, when I played Grand Slams, I would make the third or fourth round, and I knew that was probably as far as I was going to go. You had the big three, prime Andy Murray, prime Stan Wawrinka, prime Juan Martín del Potro, prime Marin Cilic, all the big servers, prime John Isner, Tomas Berdych, Gail Monfils. The draw just didn't favor me, you know? I was looking at the draw and then me, and I was like, I am probably not going to advance. Fast forward to today, and I think the slams are more open, because what are the chances that someone like me or Jo-Wilfried Tsonga was going to beat Rafa Nadal, and then the next day he had to play Novak Djokovic, and then the next Roger Federer? The chances of beating those guys multiple times in a slam were basically zero, whereas I think now if Jannik Sinner or Carlos Alcaraz or one of those guys has one bad day, that section is wide open for everyone. Nick's observations are spot on, folks. With the retirement of Federer and Nadal, we're seeing a more level playing field at Grand Slams. The likes of Sinner and Alcaraz have shown incredible promise, and their ability to push the big three to the limit has changed the way we approach these tournaments. Now, let's talk about Nick's own experiences with Djokovic, Nadal, and Federer. He may not have beaten them in their prime, but he did manage to upset Nadal at Wimbledon 11 years ago. That was an incredible moment, especially for a young player looking to make a name for himself. But Kyrgios hasn't been able to repeat that feat since, losing his next 4 Grand Slam matches against the trio. Perhaps the most memorable of which was his maiden major final defeat in 2022, where Djokovic beat him in 4 sets. However, with Nadal and Federer now retired, Kyrgios will only be able to improve his record should he face off against Djokovic again. That's a fascinating point, Nick. It's clear that you've had your share of battles against the big three. And speaking of which, what do you think would have happened if you were in your prime right now? Would you have made the 4th round or quarters pretty easily? I would love to have played during this era in my prime, for sure. I think I would have made the 4th round or quarters pretty easily, to be honest. But I enjoyed playing in that era. When you saw Federer, Novak, or Nadal in your quarter, it was like, how do you want to go home, basically? They were 3 of the greatest of all time. They were competing against each other and did not even look at anyone else. Thanks for sharing your insights with us today, Nick. It's clear that the retirement of Federer and Nadal has opened up new opportunities for players like Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz. We'll be keeping a close eye on how this new generation develops over the coming years.